Well, here we are again then. This is my fifth video of the weekend. I'm making hay while the sun shines. It'll be my last video before going hospital first thing in the morning, so at least I've left you plenty of viewing material. And this one is another challenge and another collaboration from Gary's Diecast collection. Good friend to me, and please check out his channel. I'm sure most everybody knows him by now. And he's got a collaboration going with, and forgive me if I get this wrong, I always try to get it right, Hotrods Diecast Junkie, or Hotrods Diecast Junkies. I don't think I know this gentleman, but as soon as I'm able to, I'm going to check out his channel, and if I can subscribe to him based on the entertainment value, then of course I always will. He asked for a Jeep challenge, and like Gary, I've struggled to get 10 together of what you'd call true Jeeps, I suppose. I've got 10. One of them's very contentious, the first one, but we'll see how we go with this. And then after the first two, it's a story of 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. So let's crack on and do some cars. So shout out for Gary, and a shout out for, let me think about this again, Hotrods Diecast Junkies. I hope that's right. So number one, here's the contentious one. There we go. What a beautiful copperized camouflage colour scheme on this. This would qualify as a Jeep in England. It also qualifies as a pickup, but it's a workhorse on British farms, or for yuppies that like to do the skull run in silly sized vehicles and block the bloody roads up. But anyway, this is a beauty, and of course it's a Land Rover double cab. Beautiful paintwork on it. I like this. I like the fact that it's dull coated. No shine, just workhorseman. Workhorseman-like in a British style. Lovely wheels. There's nothing I don't like about that piece, and that's rare. And there we go. On the bottom you can clearly see 15 Land Rover Defender double cab. That's a British Jeep. Okay, so we'll put him on the old turny whirny. This one is ugly and beautiful. The proportions seem all wrong to me. It's very plasticky in the cage and the wheels and the side skirting, the metals, the front bit and the back bit. It's a majorette. And this is, well, whether that's the code or not, JP4, and it says, yeah, it doesn't say anything, does it? It's just number 252, ECH 147th scale. So I don't know what the hell it is, but it looks Jeep-like to me. Nothing grandiose about it. Got some battle scars on the front wing there. I think I might have picked this up from a flea market. But yeah, nothing to write home about. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. You know what I mean? It's one of them in-between pieces. But that's my second choice, and it is a Jeep. Now, this is where we go 2 by 2. So just let me ascertain what this is. And I've got no name on that one, and I've got no name on this one, but they're both metal on metal. I think Gary showed this one, could be wrong. Coast Rescue, crazy wheels on it, bloody awful to be honest with you. It won't be the hardest thing in the world to paint this framework up in steel or black, make it look a bit more realistic. And the same with that spare wheel. If you notice, that spare wheel doesn't in any way match them, so there you go, that's nothing new. Very limited detail on it. I don't mind the tampo work. Again, it's not setting my world alight. It is very heavy, and it is a Hot Wheels. There's Mattel and the Hot Wheels logo. No name on it, metal base, weighty piece. I like it slightly better than this one, and that's about as much as I can compliment it. Here's the same thing in a much more snazzy logo. Wheels are a little bit better. Goodness me, even the spare tyre tends to match. Yeah, I don't know how I got into so many Jeeps, you know. There's a couple I really like and a couple I just thought, yeah, just pick them up from a flea market just for the sake of it. I'm glad I did. At least I can pull together a show. Just about. So yeah, I don't know what that one is. It's not saying anything that's going to say the Jeep company to me, but it's obviously a Jeep. And so with the 2x2x2s, we've seen this one, and I do like the sunroof. I like the fine detail. The wheels, yeah, all right. Got that front toe pulley there for getting yourself out the mire. And this one's Earls Motors. An off-roaders, but looks at that. Beautiful little motorbike, and there is some detail on that. That's number 20, is that? Yeah, 2022, I don't know, but I appreciate that little bit of detail. Yeah, I like this one. I think this is the Jeepster. Yeah, 1967 Jeepster Commando. So there's a bit more of a closed cab, but I like that one. But yeah, that detail on the motorbike sets that apart for me. It's lovely. And you'll see what I mean in a minute, because here's the one that I like even better. I love this colour scheme. I say it's dying low for this in England. There wasn't many around my area, and it took me a long time to find this one. The wheels are slightly strange colour. Again, most of the details are the same, but it's a much better colour scheme for me. That's more Jeep-esque front with that toe hitch on again. But look at the motorbike this time. They've cheapened it down by not putting anything on it. So again, if you're a bit of a keen restorer, customizer with a steady hand, you could pick out them details and make that look a lot better. But I do like this. I wish I'd have found the treasure hunt version of it. The paintwork was more metallic and a lot more beautiful, as is usually the case, but I was just happy to get this. I say it's down low for this, and you know what it's like. The more you want something, the less available it is, and you see everybody else just picking it up willy-nilly. Isn't it queer how these things work out? So I'm torn between, like you see, so we had two pieces before these, two Jeep Wranglers. We've got two pieces here, and we've got two more pieces, but I'm trying to ascertain what I like the best. Yeah, let's go for something a little less common old garden for me top two. So I think Gary showed one of these as well. And when I think about it now, I'm sure I've got a couple of Jeeps in my Jurassic Park collection, which numbers about 12 or 14 pieces. So yeah, I could have fulfilled it. But yeah, ooh, isn't this a chunky mother? This has got to be the king of Jeeps for me, and certainly off-roading. So I'm sure Gary showed one of these. If not in this colour, then it was a variation, but I like this casting. I like it. Everything about this says coming through, get out the way. Petrol cap picked out, nice Jeep logos, D24. And so we've even got some detail on the back rear wheel cover there. We'll turn it over the right way. And there we go, a 17 Jeep Wrangler. Very, very substantial piece. A lot of complex casting in there. This is all metal. They've put the door handle detail on as well. A little bit of detail on the front. Yeah, I think this quality piece, I like that. It was a real hard toss up between this as my number one and what I've gone for number one. So there we go, Jeep Wrangler. And as in the 2B2B2, here's another variation of this. Exactly the same casting. I couldn't believe I found a different colour variation, to be honest with you. Everything's the same on it. Again, it's got that fine detail look. I like the colour red against the black and the grey. It's pretty bold. I do like this. Same detail on the rear wheel cover. But yeah, they're quite bold in the case as well. You know, they stand out. Your eyes drawn to these big pieces on the bottoms. You know, I like to do it. And so we go to my number one choice, and I'm going to show the loudest and leariest piece last. Let me see if I can see what this is first. Yes. I don't think this is anything real. I think it's based on a real Jeep, and I think it's probably from the Jeep company because the grille on the front looks familiar. But all we've got here is a Matchbox Jeep 4x4. You can just see it on the top there, Matchbox, and then what it is underneath. But there we go. Isn't she a pretty one? Number one. It has got the Jeep logo on there, so I'm wondering if this was a piece Matchbox that applied for permission just to use it, because I say there's no official branding on it other than that Jeep logo. I think what gave it away, look, was that front grille. That looks typically Jeep to me. But yeah, it's a big substantial casting. I think the colour scheme's right. For a mainline piece, I quite like the wheels that spin at a hell of a rate. Yeah, I like this. It appeals to me. And this is why I chose this as my number one. Or my number 1.1, because 1.2 is coming in a minute. So we'll go for the same casting. Oh, we'll tell you what, we'll put him on the spotlight. There we go. He sits very big and proud. And this is my number one choice because it's the same as this one. But my golly, prepare yourselves for this. Sunglasses at the ready. There we go. How pink is that? But for some reason, I like this. I do. It just stands out. There's that Jeep frontage again. And this one's called Coal Mud. Some simulated splatters up the side, not meant to be realistic, or they'd be brownish and greyish. This is just, I guess, would be an off-road company. I mean, when I've been to Spain and what have you, I've done the mountain Jeep safaris, great fun. Cover a lot of ground up the mountains, get some airtime, get some ice cold swimming, holes, a meal, drinks. Great experience, Jeep safaris. If you're ever in Europe, Spain and Portugal, around the resorts, they offer some great Jeep safaris. Not expensive, you usually get your meals and drinks thrown in. I say you go off-roading, you get some airtime where you all have to strap in, and somebody called Miguel or Pedro usually says anybody wants some airtime, and you lift off, and that's great fun. Of course, until you slam down and then you bruise your coccyx a bit, but it's great fun. And then you're baking up. You'll stop at a crystal clear mountain swimming hole. Fountain, well, not fountains, waterfalls. Ice cold crystal clear water that you can drink. It's at the top of the water course. Very beautiful experience. It's always running. And then you'll descend into a little village, into a nice stone-built, cool taverna, shop, restaurant, and have some local cuisine and a beer. And it's a lovely way to spend a day, full-on day as well. Maybe 7 in the morning, pick up till about 7 at night, and you pay something like €25 a person. But I digress. I'm waffling again, which is most unlike me. So that's my top 10. 1 contentious, 9 bona fide. Gary, I hope this fulfills the mandate. Hotrods Diecast Junkies, I hope this satisfies your liking of Jeeps, sir. I shall be checking you out. And that'll do for now. So this is my last challenge before hospital. I might be out of action for 10 days or so, so I've been told. So in the corresponding period, please be well, please look after yourselves and each other, and I'll be speaking to you hopefully very soon. This is Sol saying cheerio.